After 15 years of marriage, my life reached a turning point I had long sensed but never fully confronted. My wife, Emily, was preparing for a night out, dressed carefully and humming to herself, unaware that this particular evening would mark the end of the life we had built together. Leaning close, she whispered with a mischievous glint in her eyes, "Jake, I need to feel young and wild again tonight." What she didn't know was that I had already packed our belongings and changed the locks on our doors, transforming the home we shared into a fortress of my resolve. For 15 years, Emily and I had cultivated a life that seemed perfect from the outside. 2 children, laughter-filled dinners, shared milestones, and a sense of partnership that felt solid. But over the past months, subtle changes began to creep in. Late-night calls, furtive glances at her phone, unexplained absences, and the increasing secrecy of her actions chipped away at the intimacy we once shared. At first, I brushed it off as a rough patch, a temporary strain of marriage life. Yet deep down, I knew something had shifted irrevocably. It was the little things that betrayed her. Smiles at unknown messages, extra care with her appearance, an intangible distance in her demeanor all pointed toward a truth I wasn't ready to admit. But the final confirmation came one evening when fragments of a conversation floated from her phone, unmistakably intimate. My stomach sank, my heart twisted. The pieces of the puzzle fell into place, leaving no room for denial. Rather than confronting her in a moment of rage, I chose strategy over emotion. I allowed my heartbreak to sharpen my focus, turning despair into calculated determination. In those quiet moments alone, I discovered something crucial. Emily wasn't the only one betraying a partner. Her lover was married as well. An idea sparked in my mind, one that would turn our shared pain into a tool for justice. I reached out to his wife, and together we formed a plan, united in the goal of exposing the deceit that had infiltrated both of our lives. The perfect moment arrived when Emily was upstairs, meticulously preparing for her date. Every detail, her outfit, her makeup, her hair, had been perfected for the man she thought she would meet. Meanwhile, I worked silently downstairs, packing her possessions into suitcases. Each item I placed by the door was a quiet farewell to the life we had shared. With the locks changed, the home that had once been a sanctuary now became a sealed reminder that betrayal carries consequences. The final piece of the plan involved Emily's lover's wife. We coordinated to meet at the restaurant where Emily and her partner had arranged their clandestine rendezvous. The night unfolded exactly as intended. Her lover arrived first, expecting an intimate evening, only to be confronted by his furious spouse, divorce papers in hand. The confrontation erupted publicly, drawing the attention of nearby diners and shattering the carefully constructed illusion of romance. When Emily finally arrived, her anticipation evaporated instantly. The excitement in her eyes was replaced by shock as she took in the chaos. Her vision of a thrilling night dissolved under the harsh glare of reality. The lover she had imagined as her escape was now exposed, humiliated, and stripped of the control he assumed he wielded. Back at home, I waited in quiet solitude. It wasn't long before my phone lit up with frantic messages from Emily, ranging from desperate apologies to pleading and manipulative attempts to regain access. I ignored them all. My attention had shifted away from the shattered past to a future I would build on my own terms. The act of exposing her infidelity was not born of revenge. It was an assertion of dignity and self-respect. 15 years of marriage had ended, yes, but in their place rose something far more valuable. The freedom to start over without deceit, without manipulation, and without the weight of betrayal. Pain lingered, of course, but it was tempered by clarity and resolution. Sometimes, the harshest betrayals yield the strongest awakenings, and in that awakening, I reclaimed not just my home and my peace of mind, but also the power to define the next chapter of my life on my own terms.